Well, welcome to our spring middle school chorus concert. We're glad to see everybody here tonight. It's a pretty big crowd, which is really awesome. I'm Tim Sale, and I get to teach these awesome kids every day. And we have a pretty awesome program lined up for you. But I want to give a few words of thanks before we start. If you look on the back of your program, if you didn't get a program, there's a bunch outside. I made a bunch of copies. There's a list of people to thank. Our Swain County Schools Administration, both of our principals, Mr. Sutton and Mr. Kerr, they are supporting beyond belief. And then there's a whole nother list. Miss Lackey over here on the piano. She not only runs this fantastic building, but she plays piano for us and just volunteers her time for that. And that is a huge blessing to us. We have to thank all of our teachers because I'm difficult to work with sometimes. And they work with me and they let me take these kids to competitions and they let me pull them out and give them different experiences, which is awesome. So thank you to all the middle school teachers for that. And to all of you that are here. The fact that you're here and that you're supporting one of the students on stage or two of the students on stage means the world to me. And I know it means the world to them even though they're middle schoolers and probably won't ever say it. But it's awesome that you're here, you're supporting not just them, but you're supporting the arts. And we really appreciate that. And in Swain County, everybody supports the arts, and it's great, and we're glad to be here. So our first song may have a weird name if you look at the program. It's called Kyrie eleison. It's in Greek. And we did a song in Greek. It was the first song they learned this semester because it pushed them out of their comfort zones. And it made them learn maybe something of a different culture, which was pretty cool. This is part of a Roman Catholic Mass. But it's just a really beautiful song. So this is Kyrie eleison. So our next song, you may have heard of it, it's called The Water is Wide, but it's actually two folk songs, American folk songs that they combined into a really nice arrangement. So it's The Water is Wide, but it also has the folk song O Shenandoah in it. And both of them are great. These guys have made a bunch of jokes with the song, but it's been really fun to work on. So this is The Water is Wide.
Water
obviously. This is a smaller group. This is the 7th grade chorus, and so there's about 25 of them, and they've worked really hard this semester, and they have this obsession with Queen. One of them has an obsession with Queen. I think I hear a mama laughing. But they have decided, or they kind of decided that, hey, we really like Queen and we want to sing some. So I found this awesome medley that has 4 songs in it. So it's going to start with We Will Rock You, and then it's going to go into Another One Bites the Dust. After that, they go into We Are the Champions, and they finish it up with Bohemian Rhapsody. It has kept them on their toes, and they're doing really well with it. But before we do that, I kind of changed the format this year from the last year, and I decided I want to give some awards. To these kids because they've worked so hard all year. Both groups have just grown tremendously, and I hope you hear that in their singing. But the first award I want to call the Most Improved Award, and I kind of wrote a definition for that because the most improved can have a negative connotation to it. These aren't people who were bad. No, none of these kids are bad. I'm a firm believer everybody can sing. You just have to have some confidence and maybe a little bit of help. But nobody was bad, but a lot of people, they grow into themselves and they become confident. So in this group, there is someone who has, from the beginning of last semester, who would barely sing a whisper to now, I can't get her to be quiet. But she's doing amazing. So I want to give the Most Improved in the 7th grade award to Monroe Paris. So this is a Queen medley. So this is the 8th grade chorus. They have about 30 kids in there, and they are doing a phenomenal job. They're singing a fun little song from The Greatest Showman called This Is Me. A lot of people know it. But this song, I think, should have a special meaning to them because they're leaving the middle school. They're going up to the high school, which is sad for me because I don't get to have them every day, and I love these kids. But it's awesome for them because they get on their next chapter of their life. But the song's about being unapologetically yourselves. These students are unapologetically themselves, I promise. Every day. They're great kids, and they really, they're ready for the next level, even though I'm going to miss them a lot. So this is me, but before we do that, I want to give a most improved for the 8th grade. And remember, this isn't somebody who came in and couldn't sing and now they can. It's just somebody who just came out of their shell and really blossomed. This student auditioned for every solo this year. Or this semester. She moved in a couple weeks late, and she has become just a rock star in our alto section. So I want to give our 8th grade most improved to Mahaley Collier. So next up, we're going into our MPA music. And some of you guys have heard of MPA before, and some of you haven't. But MPA stands for Music Performance Adjudication. And so these kids went in March, and by went, or April, we hosted it here, but there were 3 judges here, and basically their job is to tell us this is what you're doing good, and this is what you can do better at. And then they give you a rating on a scale of 1 to 5. It's backwards of what you would think is good. You would think 5 is good, but actually 1's the best you can do, and then 5 you're struggling a little bit. But this group went to MPA this year, and for the first time in Swain County Middle School history, they got a superior, which is the best. They got a 1, that's the best you can do. So they deserve a big round of applause for that. The Swain Middle School's got superiors at other competitions, but this is a state-sanctioned event, and that's a pretty big deal. So we're going to go into our MPA music next. The first piece we're going to sing is called The Clouds, and it kind of tells the story of the clouds, and it's a little bit abstract because it's talking about how the clouds see everything, and so they're giving you a different view of that. And then the second piece is called Keep Your Lamps Trimmed and Burning. This piece is a very historical piece. It has some ties back to the Underground Railroad. They say it could have had secret messages hidden in it. But again, before we do that, I've got a couple more awards I want to give out. And I've called these the Newcomer Awards. The way chorus works, I'm a band. I taught band first. And then I had to learn chorus, and it's been the best thing that I've ever had to learn, hands down. And it's the biggest blessing in my life. But kids can join chorus last semester of 8th grade. And bands can't do that. And so that was new for me, and that was new. How did you learn? How do you get these kids included? But there was a couple kids, 1 in 7th and 1 in 8th, that just stood out. They came in, and they made an impact right away. Their attitudes were great, and they really have just a great ability to sing. And there's power in their voices. So in 7th grade, our Newcomer Award is Miss J.C. Parsons. And in 8th grade, I have to tell a story about this one. Came into school today, and one of our soloists for one of our later pieces isn't here. She has laryngitis and can't sing. So this girl, I said, hey, you're going to sing the solo. And she said, what? And then said, okay. And so I'm going to try not to butcher her name because I am terrible at names. But our 8th grade Newcomer Award is Miss Nia Trimpe. So these are our MPA pieces. I'm not going to talk in between these because they're so good you just need to listen. So this is The Clouds, and Keep Your Lamps Trimmed and Burning. So this next piece, and you guys will know, it is a medley from The Wizard of Oz. And I was amazed at how many of these guys have not seen The Wizard of Oz, so we might try to remedy that in the next couple of days. But this is a great movie, and the music from it is really phenomenal. Now this piece is a beast. It is a beast, and you see us holding papers. It's 7.5 minutes long, and it was a little bit too much to memorize in 3 weeks. So they're going to have some little cheat sheets on this, but they're still going to do a great job with it. Before we do it, before I talk any more about it, I decided that we're also going to add a 7th and 8th grade Outstanding Chorus Member award for both grades. And we're going to, and I just wanted to recognize a couple kids for not only just being really talented, but for having a positive attitude, for always being willing to put themselves out there, to just generally be overall great students and good people. And they make my day better just about every day. So in 7th grade, our two, because I couldn't just pick one, two outstanding chorus members are Miss Paisley Stiles and Mr. Luca Crawford. In 8th grade, I have a group that they like to call themselves the OGs, because they're the ones who've been here since I got here, and there's 4 of them, and they're just really good kids. I picked 2 people out of 8th grade as well for outstanding 8th grade chorus members. Both of these, I've just gone above and beyond for the chorus. They have grown so much as people and as musicians. And so our 8th grade outstanding chorus members, the first one is Carly Smith, who was the one who got laryngitis and couldn't be here. It's the first time she's ever missed everything. She's called me like 4 times today because she's really upset. But that's Miss Carly Smith. And the second one is Sam Birch. So this is a medley from The Wizard of Oz.
It's always best to start at the beginning, and all you have to do is follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road, follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Follow the yellow brick, follow the yellow brick, follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. You'll find he is the Wiz of the Wiz, if ever a Wiz there was. If ever a Wiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
But nobody can see the Great Oz.
No, nobody's ever seen the Great Oz.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch? Come out wherever you are and meet the young lady who fell from the star. We must be over the rainbow.
She brings you good news, so how much you run, and she fell out of Kansas, a miracle.
Who killed the Wicked Witch of the East? Was it you?
Ding dong, the witch is dead, witch oh witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead.
I'll get you, my pretty little dog, too.
Wake up, your sleepy head, rub your eyes, get out of bed. Wake up, the wicked witch is dead.
Run, Toto, run! He got away! He got away!
Come and come, it's coming up, below your home. Let's open up and sing, and ring the bells of ding dong, merry go. Sing it high, sing it low. Let them know the wicked witch is dead.
That's the trouble, can't make up my mind. I haven't got a straight brain, only straw.
I can while away the hours,
the tinsmith forgot to give me a heart.
When a man's an empty kettle, he should be on his mettle, and yet I'm torn apart. Just because I'm presuming that I could be kind of human if I only had a heart.
Do you think the wizard could help him too?
If I were king of the forest,
Tonight, I'm just a dandelion, a fate I don't deserve. I'd be brave as a wizard, I'd be gentle as a wizard, I'd be clever as a gizzard if the wizard is a wizard who will serve. I'm sure to get a brain, a heart, a hope, a noise.
Look, what's that?
Lions and tigers and bears don't lie. 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 Lions and tigers and bears don't lie.
I'm melting, I'm melting.
The woods your husband, dark your husband, night. Step into the sun, step into the light. Hold on to your breath, hold on to your heart, hold on to your hope. March up the decade and bid it away.
Look, the Emerald City is closer and prettier than ever before.
Ho, 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 and a couple of tra-la-las. That's how we left the day away in the merry old land of Oz. Buzz, 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 chirp, 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 and a couple of lonely dolls. That's how the crickets chirp all day in the merry old land of Oz.
I'm Oz, great and powerful.
Get up at 12 and start to work at 1. Taking out for lunch and then at 2 we're done. Jolly good fun. Ha ha ha, ho ho ho, and a couple of tra-la-las. That's how we left the day away. Ho ho ho, ha ha ha, ho ho ho, ha ha ha. Merry old land of Oz.
If I ever go looking for my heart's desire again, I won't look any further than my own backyard, because if it is there, I never really lost it to begin with. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby.
Dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Your troubles melt like golden drops away up by your cherry tops. It's where you'll find me.
Just tap your heels together 3 times.
There's no place like home.
So that was pretty impressive. Good job, guys. So our last song is a weird title as well. If you've not noticed, it's called All Shlosha Divarim. This is Yiddish, and the words in the song mean this: the world is sustained by three things: by truth, by justice, and by peace. So we wanted this to be kind of our parting blessing to you as you go into the world, that you got to come in and listen to this awesome music, and then that you can go and experience those things later in life. There's a couple people on the stage that I really need to recognize because they've just gone above and beyond. So I have some 8th graders that have been in chorus for 4 semesters. Those are Sam Birchfield, Carly Smith, Ethan Barr, and Lindley White. I have some 8th graders that have been in 3 semesters, which is still a really long time. That's a year and a half. And that is Caitlin Gass and Jarvis Gibson. And then I have some 8th graders up here that have been in here for a full year with me. So they've done 2 full semesters. And those students are Matt Green, Brennan Laney, Jonathan Sutton, Sabrina Kurt, Erica Wachacha, and Ethan Jenkins. Can we give them a hand, please? Now I have some 7th graders on here that stuck it out all year, and they have just grown tremendously. So my 7th graders that have been in this all year are Monroe Paris, Lily Bjorkness, Paisley Stiles, Tori Yates, Luca Crawford, Skylar Al, Jasmine Smith, Brooke Franklin, and Sarah Walls. Give them a big hand, please. So before I go, I just want to congratulate these guys on an already spectacular performance, because they've done amazing. They've worked so hard this semester. When I got here 2 years ago, my 8th grade course had 3 people. And now I have 30. And that's nothing to do with me, that's to do with the awesome kids on stage. Because they're willing to put themselves out there, and they're willing to just try it. And that speaks wonders about them. There's one student, however, that I really need to recognize. I'm going to start and do this every year, a Swain Middle School Chorus Award. And we're going to buy a plaque, and we're going to put it in the band room or the chorus room, and it's going to stay up and have their name on it forever and ever until the end of time. This student has really gone above and beyond. And I know I've said that a lot, but she takes private vocal lessons. She tries out for every solo. She asks me for help all the time. She loves driving me crazy. But she's an amazing student, and she has an awesome voice. She sang one of our solos tonight, and This Is Me. So the Swain Middle School Chorus Award, which I think is a pretty big deal, goes to Miss Lindley Wyatt. So this is our last piece, and then we're done for the evening. But this is All Shlosha Divarim. Thank you guys for coming out tonight.